The spectrum of security threats facing Nigeria is complex, interwoven, and increasingly adaptive to local security measures. Compelling security agencies to rethink their approach and strategies, adopt innovative measures, and strengthen proactive and reactive responses. Some of the threats have transboundary roots, but have become largely localized as insurgency, banditry, armed robbery, smuggling, kidnapping, human trafficking, cattle rustling, and cybercrime. Across the world, law enforcement agencies are adopting new policing strategies and leveraging technology to address complex security challenges. In Nigeria, the imperative of transformation in policing has found expression in the CARSPO platform, the Conference and Retreat for Senior Police Officers. As an expression of its commitment and support for internal security, economic prosperity, and peace and order in the country, Lenders Consult International, a private entity, proposed organizing the conference and retreat for senior police officers to support capacity building efforts within the Nigeria Police Force. The then Inspector General of Police, IGP Mohammed Adamu, MPM MNI, gave express approval to the initiative, thereby highlighting the police's commitment to training and retraining of its officers. The company, Lenders Consult International, by mutual arrangement, would seek sponsorship of the annual event from state and corporate bodies, allowing the police to redirect its resources to other more urgent needs. And the city of Lagos hosted one of the most significant gatherings in the history of the Nigeria Police Force. In October 2019, at the prestigious Eco Hotel and Suites, senior police leaders, government officials, security experts, and international stakeholders gathered to witness the maiden edition of CARSPO Eco 2019, a defining moment in the effort to reposition the Nigeria Police Force for modern policing. Under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police at the time, IGP Mohammed Adamu, MPM MNI, the conference was designed as a strategic forum to rethink the future of policing. The theme captured the urgency of reform, repositioning the force for the challenges of effective policing in the 21st century. This was more than a conference. It was a national conversation, a platform for ideas, a strategy laboratory for the future of security in Nigeria. CARSPO 2019 brought together the highest levels of national leadership. The event was graced by the then President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, represented by his Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, GCON. Also in attendance were the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, represented by the Deputy Governor Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, then Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki. In attendance were the Minister of Police Affairs, Mekere Dingyadi, Executive Chairman of the EFCC DCP Ibrahim Magu, representatives of service chiefs, heads of other security agencies, and senior officers of the Nigeria Police Force. Together, they represented a unified national commitment to strengthening internal security. In his keynote address, the Vice President noted the dynamics of crime in the country have over time become increasingly complex due largely to the impact of technology, global terrorism, socio-economic challenges, and other security situations, especially within the African continent. He further pledged that the federal government would re-engineer the Nigeria Police and ensure the restoration of the agency's primacy within the internal security architecture of the country. The significance of CARSPO is that it brings the entire leadership of the police and the security community together to think strategically. Beyond the ceremony, the heart of CARSPO lay in its retreat sessions. For 2 intensive days, senior police officers engaged in critical conversations on modern policing. The retreat assembled some of Nigeria's leading experts in security, criminology, governance, and technology. Topics ranged across the most pressing issues facing law enforcement today. Technology experts Adefolajuwon Amo presented a roadmap for predictive policing, leveraging data and digital tools to anticipate crime before it occurs. Security analyst Rose Alabo George demonstrated how data analytics could transform crime prevention and intelligence operations. Security expert Charles Omoli highlighted the strategic importance of intelligence gathering in modern policing. Professor Innocent Chukwuma explored the critical relationship between law enforcement and human rights. Professor Etonibi Alemika, a renowned criminologist, examined how community partnerships could strengthen public trust and intelligence gathering. Media leader John Momo emphasized strategic communication in managing security challenges. These sessions fostered dialogue, debate, and practical solutions for strengthening Nigeria's policing framework. Behind the success of CARSPO 2019 was a carefully orchestrated effort to deliver an event of global standard. Lenders Consult International, in conjunction with the Force Public Relations Department, organized the event in accordance with the world best standards and practices, thereby achieving the conference's objectives. The event has since become a sophisticated platform for policy dialogue. The result was a conference environment that combined policy dialogue, professional development, and strategic planning.
The Nigeria Police Force is without a doubt one of our proudest national assets. This is the largest police force in Africa. We have some of the best trained and best educated men and women in any force, anywhere in the world. Our policemen and women have served everywhere, locally and internationally, with outstanding results and accolades. The Nigeria Police Force led police peacekeeping activities in several countries of the world, in Congo, in Namibia, in Angola, in Western Sahara, in Somalia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Afghanistan, and even as far as East Timor.
Positioning CARSPO as one of Africa's most significant policing leadership forums. Key takeaways from CARSPO 2019 include a renewed sense of the strategic direction of the Nigeria Police Force. It reinforced the importance of intelligence-led policing. It elevated conversations around human rights, technology, and community policing. And it fostered collaboration among security institutions, policymakers, and private sector partners. Perhaps most importantly, it created a framework for continuous leadership dialogue within the Nigeria Police. The conference also laid the foundation for subsequent editions of CARSPO across Nigeria. From Lagos to Uyo, from Owerri to Abeokuta, each gathering expanded the vision of modern policing. Following the success of CARSPO 2019, the conference evolved into an institutional platform for strategic reflection within the Nigeria Police Force. Subsequent editions addressed critical issues such as election security, cybercrime, internal security management, officer welfare, inclusive policing. Each retreat built upon the foundations established in Lagos, strengthening the professional capacity of the Nigeria Police leadership. The challenges of modern policing are complex, but through strategic leadership, innovation, and collaboration, solutions emerge. CARSPO represents more than an annual gathering. It represents a commitment to professionalism, a commitment to reform, a commitment to securing Nigeria's future. As the Nigeria Police Force continues its transformation journey, the legacy of CARSPO 2019 stands as a milestone in the pursuit of effective policing in the 21st century. The event was rounded off on the third day with a gala and awards ceremony. Building on the momentum of the maiden conference and retreat for senior police officers, the Nigeria Police leadership reconvened in February 2022 in the serene city of Uyo, hosted at the prestigious Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resort. The second edition of the retreat brought together senior police managers and experts for another strategic moment of reflection and reform. For 2 days, the nation's policing leadership engaged in intensive dialogue to strengthen operational efficiency, officer welfare, and intelligence-led policing. Leading the array of dignitaries at the opening ceremony was the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented by Honorable Minister of Police Affairs Mohammed Megeri Dingyadi, His Excellency Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Chairman Nigeria Governors Forum, and Governor of Ekiti State, and the host governor, His Excellency Udom Emmanuel. Also present were Senator Hali Rujika, Chairman, Senate Committee on Police Affairs, Honorable Bello Usman Kumo, Chairman, House Committee on Police Affairs, and the Chief Host, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, MPM PSC Daga, FDC, the Inspector General of Police. Others were representatives of the Service Chiefs, Director General, Department of State Security, and the Comptroller General, NSCDC, the Comptroller General, Nigerian Immigration Service, and the Chairman, EFCC. Conference and retreat opened with a welcome address by the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, who emphasized the importance of continuous learning and strategic reflection in modern policing.
The outcome of this exercise convinced me of the need to commence a police reform initiative that will be driven by a new policing theme, mission, vision, and strategies. While our new leadership vision is to restore police primacy in the internal security architecture of Nigeria and deliver to the nation a modernized, citizen-led, rule of law guided, and professional police force that Nigerians can truly trust and depend on to achieve the policing mandate enshrined in Section 4 and 5 of the Nigeria Police Act 2020.
Addressing senior officers of the force, the Inspector General of Police underscored the need for innovation, discipline, and strategic foresight in responding to Nigeria's evolving security challenges. His remarks set the tone for what would become a deeply reflective and forward-looking retreat. The intellectual framework for the retreat was provided by criminologist and policing scholar Etonibi Alemika, who delivered the retreat's overview. Professor Alemika emphasized the need for strategic planning, institutional reform, and data-driven decision-making within the Nigeria Police Force. His overview framed the retreat as an opportunity not only to review current realities but also to chart a forward-looking path for the institution. One of the most critical presentations of the retreat focused on broader security environment facing Nigeria. Security analyst Ross Alabo George delivered a comprehensive environmental scan of the Nigeria Police Force in 2022. The presentation examined emerging crime patterns, regional security dynamics, and the growing role of technology in modern law enforcement. Through data-driven analysis, the session provided senior officers with a strategic understanding of threats and opportunities shaping the future of policing. Beyond operational challenges, the retreat also addressed the well-being of police leadership. In a groundbreaking session on wellness for senior officers, the Chief Medical Officer of the Nigeria Police Force, CP Olubomi Afolabi Ogunsonwo, explored the physical and psychological pressures faced by senior law enforcement personnel. The session highlighted the importance of health monitoring, mental resilience, and structured wellness programs within the police force. It was a reminder that effective policing depends not only on strategy and technology, but also on the well-being of those who serve. Legal scholar and security expert Professor Mohammed Tabiu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, led a session examining the evolving role of the police in Nigeria's internal security architecture. His lecture challenged officers to rethink traditional policing models and adopt approaches suited to the realities of the 21st century. The discussion emphasized interagency collaboration, community engagement, and legal accountability as pillars of effective policing. Technology and intelligence also featured prominently in the retreat. ICT expert Emmanuel Ekwen examined how digital systems could transform Nigeria police operations. Meanwhile, Professor Etonibi Alemika returned to deliver a session on smarter policing, highlighting the importance of intelligence-driven strategies for crime prevention. Together, these discussions reinforce the need for modern tools and analytical approaches within the force. In today's interconnected world, communication is central to public trust. Former police spokesperson CP Emmanuel Ojukwu, retired, emphasized the strategic role of public relations in crime control. His presentation highlighted how transparency, accurate information, and proactive engagement with the media could strengthen the relationship between the police and the communities they serve. As the retreat drew to a close, Usman Alkali Baba, the IGP at that time, delivered his final charge to senior officers. He urged them to translate the insight gained during the retreat into concrete actions within their commands. The message was clear. The future of policing in Nigeria depends on strategic leadership, professional excellence, and continuous learning. The retreat concluded with a gala and award night at the State House Banquet Hall. It was a moment of celebration recognizing excellence, dedication, and service within the Nigeria Police Force. But beyond the celebration, the Uyo retreat reinforced a powerful message that continuous dialogue, strategic reflection, and leadership development remain essential to building a stronger and more responsive police force for Nigeria. As Nigeria prepared for one of its most consequential democratic exercises, the leadership of the Nigeria Police Force gathered once again to reflect, strategize, and prepare. In October 2022, the city of Owerri hosted the Conference and Retreat for Senior Police Officers, CARSPO 2022, held at the Landmark Event Center. The conference focused on a critical national priority, ensuring peaceful, credible, and secure elections, with the theme, the imperative of a Nigeria Police strategic plan for peaceful elections. The retreat became a platform for developing strategies to safeguard Nigeria's democratic process. The opening ceremony drew an extraordinary gathering of national leaders, security chiefs, policymakers, and senior officers of the Nigeria Police Force. The event was headlined by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, whose leadership underscored the importance of security in sustaining democratic governance.
As President, I have set the goal that one of the enduring legacies I would like to leave is to entrench a process of free, fair, transparent, and credible election through which Nigerians elect leaders of their choice. Nigerians elect leaders of their choice.
Also present were several prominent national figures, including Senator Hope Uzodinma.
It is indeed on behalf of the government and people of Imo State that I most heartily welcome you all to Imo State and to this 3-day retreat of senior officers of the Nigerian Police Force. We have reserved the warmest welcome for the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR.
The host governor, Mai Mala Bone, governor of Yobe State, Professor Placide Njoku, Deputy Governor of Imo State, and Mohammed Dingyadi, Minister of Police Affairs. The gathering also attracted General Loki Irabo, the then Chief of Defense Staff.
The armed forces, by dint of constitutional provisions, have been giving support to the civil authority that the police, of course, represent. And in that sense, we have been involved in all internal security operations and even conduct of elections, giving support to the police. And so we feel very strongly that this time around we should give greater support in the light of the experiences that we've had.
Lieutenant General Farouk Yaya, Chief of Army Staff at that time, Major General Samuel Adebayo, the Chief of Defense Intelligence at the time, Justice Clara Bata Ogunbiyi, retired, Acting Chairperson, Police Service Commission at the time, and Major General A.B. Alkali, retired, representing Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, the then Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Others were representatives of political parties, honorable members of the Imo State House of Assembly, and members of the Imo State Executive Council. Retired IGPs, Mike Okiro, retired, MD Abubakar, retired, IGP Solomon Arase, retired, were in attendance. Their presence reflected the strong interagency cooperation required to secure the nation's elections. The retreat was formally opened by the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba. In his welcome address, the IGP emphasized the Nigeria Police Force's central role in ensuring electoral integrity. He reminded senior officers that the credibility of Nigeria's democracy depended largely on the professionalism, neutrality, and operational readiness of the police during elections. His message was clear: the police must remain a stabilizing force in the nation's democratic process. Providing the intellectual foundation for the retreat was renowned criminologist Professor Etonibi Alemeka, who delivered the retreat overview. Professor Alemeka outlined the objectives of the retreat, emphasizing the need for a comprehensive policing strategy to address election-related risk. His presentation highlighted the importance of a data-driven planning, operational coordination, and institutional accountability. The retreat featured a series of lectures designed to strengthen the police's capacity to manage election security. Electoral expert Mike Egini examined the role of law enforcement agencies in safeguarding the electoral process. His presentation explored how professional policing could sustain public confidence in democratic institutions. Public communication also emerged as a critical tool. Former police spokesperson CP Emmanuel Juku, retired, highlighted the role of public relations in ensuring clear and accurate information during elections. Recognizing the increasingly digital nature of elections, the retreat also explored the role of technology and global cooperation in election security. The Vice President of Interpol Africa, AIG Umar Baba Garba, discussed how international policing tools could help support peaceful elections. Meanwhile, cybercrime specialist CP Ifeanyi Henry Uche examined the growing threat of cyber attacks targeting electoral systems. Security analyst Ross Alabo George further demonstrated how modern technology could be deployed to monitor election activities and prevent violence. Together, these discussions reinforce the importance of innovation in modern policing. Another critical focus of the retreat was the prevention of election violence. Professor Etonibi Alemeka led discussions on predicting and containing electoral violence at the state level. Complementing these analyses, security official Ugoji explored the role of local security networks and vigilante groups in maintaining peace before and after elections. The sessions highlighted the importance of collaboration between formal law enforcement and community stakeholders. Legal expert Iyekumere Alaribe provided insights into the Electoral Act 2022 and its implications for police operations. His lecture emphasized the police's legal responsibilities to safeguard the electoral process and protect citizens' voting rights. The retreat concluded with a strategic presentation by Usman Alkali Baba, the then IGP, who outlined its security strategy for managing elections. Drawing from the successful policing of elections in Anambra, Ekiti, and Osun State, the IGP provided a roadmap for ensuring safe and credible national polls. The conference concluded with a gala and award night at the Landmark Event Center. The evening celebrated excellence, dedication, and the commitment of officers who continue to serve the nation with honor. But beyond the celebration, the Owerri retreat reinforced a powerful truth that safeguarding democracy requires preparation, professionalism, and leadership. Through dialogue, strategy, and collaboration, CARSPO 2022 strengthened the Nigeria Police Force's readiness to protect the will of the Nigerian people. In October 2023, the city of Owerri once again became the center of strategic dialogue for policing leadership in Nigeria. Senior officers of the Nigeria Police Force gathered at the Landmark Event Center for the 2023 edition of the Conference and Retreat for Senior Police Officers, CARSPO. Building on the outcomes of previous conferences, the retreat focused on a broader national vision: how internal security can drive economic prosperity, social integration, and political development. The theme reflected a growing recognition that security is not only about preventing crime, but also about creating an environment where societies and economies can thrive. The opening ceremony brought together an extraordinary assembly of national and international leaders. The conference was headlined by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by the Minister of Police Affairs, Ibrahim Gaidam. Host Governor Hope Uzodinma welcomed the gathering, joined by regional leaders and policymakers committed to strengthening Nigeria's security architecture.
I am pleased to be in Nigeria at the fourth edition of the conference and retreat of senior police officers. Founded in 1930, Nigeria Police Forces has continued to action its vision of making Nigeria safer and more secure for everyone living here.
The event also attracted international participation, including the President of Interpol, Ahmed Nasser Al-Raisi, and the Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates to Nigeria, Salim Saeed Al-Shamsi. Others present include Professor Placido Njoku, Deputy Governor of Imo State, Barrister Ifeanyi Osai, Deputy Governor of Enugu State, representing the Executive Governor of Enugu State, and Princess Patricia Obila, Deputy Governor of Ebonyi State, representing the Executive Governor of Ebonyi State. Navy Commander MacDonald Uba, Special Advisor on Security to the Governor of Abia State, representing the Executive Governor of Abia State. Senator Abdulhamid Maidori, Chairman, Senate Committee on Police Affairs, Honorable Adewale Wahid Ahmed, Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Police Affairs, representing the Chairman, House Committee on Police Affairs, and Hajia Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, the then Minister of State for Police Affairs. General Christopher Musa, Chief of Defense Staff at that time, were also present. Their presence underscored the global dimension of modern policing. At the center of the conference was the Inspector General of Police, at that time, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, PhD, MPM, who delivered the welcome address.
It is with great delight that I welcome you all to this year's conference and retreat of senior police officers, the fourth edition in its series. This is a unique gathering of strategic security managers comprising of Deputy Inspectors General of Police, Assistant Inspectors General of Police, Commissioners of Police, and other heads of strategic formations of the Nigerian Police Force. It represents the broadest, most diverse, and richest professional engagement by senior police officers in the country. It is also a platform for the force leadership to critically assess the security situation in the country with a view to adequately confronting the array of challenges in the internal security space.
His message emphasized transformation within the Nigeria Police Force. He called for a renewed commitment to professionalism, innovation, and community engagement as the foundation for effective policing. The retreat, he noted, was an opportunity for strategic reflection and institutional reform. The retreat featured high-level lectures examining Nigeria's evolving security environment. Professor Etonibi Alemeka delivered a keynote presentation on the role of the police in Nigeria's internal security management. His lecture emphasized the need for coordinated security strategies across government institutions. Security analyst Ross Alabo George further explored the dynamics shaping Nigeria's security landscape and their implications for national development. His analysis highlighted how security policy directly influences economic growth and national stability. Modern policing increasingly depends on technology and digital intelligence. Security expert Wale Olaoye, a consummate enterprise security risk manager, examined how emerging technologies could optimize police operations. Meanwhile, cybercrime specialist CP Ifeanyi Henry Uche discussed the growing threats of cybercrime and the expanding role of the Nigeria Police Force National Cybercrime Center. Together, these sessions highlighted the importance of technological capacity in confronting new forms of criminal activity.
The partner organizer of this event, Magnica Sponsor International, the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Alemeka, and other resource persons, we want to appreciate our senior officers for their time, patience, and commitment to learn from this conference and retreat. Our belief is that from this moment, we are going to have that Nigeria Police Force in line with the vision of the Inspector General of Police, a police that is professionally competent, rule of law compliant, people-friendly, and service-driven.
Effective policing also depends on communication and public trust. Strategic communications expert Monday Michaels Ashibogu emphasized the importance of social media engagement for senior officers. Criminologist Lanre Ikuteiju explored how community policing strategies can strengthen collaboration between law enforcement and local communities. These discussions reinforce the role of trust and transparency in modern security systems. A defining feature of CARSPO 2023 was its syndicate sessions focused on working groups tasked with addressing key institutional reforms. The discussions explored several strategic areas: reforming the service schemes of the Nigeria Police Force, professionalizing the Force Criminal Investigation Department, developing reorientation programs for officers and personnel, and reviewing the police pension scheme to provide officer welfare. These deliberations produced recommendations to strengthen the professionalism and operational effectiveness of the force. The retreat also highlighted the importance of inclusive policing. Gender specialist Peter Mancha delivered a presentation on developing gender-responsive strategies within the Nigeria Police Force. The session emphasized the role of inclusivity in building a police institution that reflects and serves the diversity of Nigerian society. After days of strategic discussions and policy dialogue, the conference concluded with a gala and award night at the Landmark Event Center. The evening celebrated the dedication, leadership, and service of officers who continue to strengthen the Nigeria Police Force. But more importantly, CARSPO 2023 reaffirmed a central message that effective policing is fundamental not only to security, but also to economic prosperity, social harmony, and democratic stability. In February 2025, Nigeria's policing leadership gathered once again for one of the most important strategic forums within the nation's security architecture. The Conference and Retreat for Senior Police Officers, CARSPO, returned with renewed focus and expanded ambition. Hosted at the H3 Event Center, the conference brought together policymakers, security experts, and senior police commanders from across Nigeria and beyond. The theme reflected a growing recognition that security and economic development are deeply interconnected, improving Nigeria's internal security and economic prosperity through inclusive policing. The opening ceremony attracted an impressive gathering of national and international leaders. The event was headlined by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who was represented by the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON.
No matter how well funded, no matter how well equipped, or well trained a police force is, it cannot succeed without the cooperation of the people itself. Public engagement and trust are central to the process of inclusive policy. During my visit to the Office of the National Security Advisor and the National Counterterrorism Center in Abuja, I stress the importance of interagency cooperation in tackling security challenges. Synergy among all security agencies is vital to eliminating banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, and other forms of criminality.
Host Governor Dapo Abiodun welcomed the participants, emphasizing the importance of strong internal security for economic growth and investment.
I would like to thank the entire Nigeria Police Force for their relentless dedication to safeguarding lives and property across the state. Again, I welcome the Inspector Generals of Police of Kenya and Rwanda. Your presence, without a doubt, demonstrates and emphasizes regional cooperation and collaboration.
Also present at the opening ceremony were Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Honorable Maki Yelman, Chairman, House Committee on Police Affairs, Honorable Adewale Wahid Ahmed, Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Police Affairs, DIG Hashim Argungu, retired Chairman, Police Service Commission, who was represented by DIG Taiwo Lakano, retired, IGP Douglas Kanja Kirocho, Chairman, African Union Mechanism for Police Cooperation, AFRIPO, and Inspector General of Police of the Kenya Police Service, and IGP Felix Namuhuntaye, Chairman, East Africa Police Chiefs Cooperation Organization, and Inspector General of Police of Rwanda National Police. Mr. Ola Olukoyede, Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
As EFCC, representative of EFCC, we always identify ourselves with the Nigerian police. And I want to thank the Nigerian police for laying a very solid foundation for Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Very solid foundation. It should be noted that most specialized agencies in Nigeria came out from specialized law enforcement agencies in Nigeria came up from Nigerian police. That must always be recognized. So I want to thank you, the Nigerian police, for laying a good foundation that we are building on. For us in AFCC, we have decided to continue to collaborate and synergize with the Nigerian police in the area of prevention of financial crimes, investigation where one has taken place, and prosecution.
Dr. Samuel Ubuku, Managing Director, Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Mr. Mohammed Sheidu, Executive Secretary, Police Trust Fund, and Alhaji Shehu Diko, Chairman, Police Service Commission, were among dignitaries. Their presence underscored the growing role of international collaboration in addressing modern security challenges. The conference was opened by the Inspector General of Police at that time, Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun. In his welcome address, the IGP emphasized the need for inclusive policing strategies that strengthen public trust and improve service delivery. He noted that the evolving nature of crime requires a police force that is adaptive, professional, and technologically driven. The retreat, he said, was designed to generate practical strategies that will guide the Nigeria Police Force into the future. The retreat sessions brought together leading experts to examine key issues shaping the future of policing. Criminologist Etoni Bialemika delivered a lecture on developing a comprehensive action for inclusive policing in Nigeria. Drawing lessons from global policing models, Felix Namuhuntaye presented insights into innovative policing strategies adopted in Rwanda. Security analyst Ross Alabo George provided an outlook on crime trends expected to shape Nigeria's security landscape in 2025. Meanwhile, cybercrime expert Ifeanyi Henry Uche explored emerging cyber threats and the growing importance of digital policing capabilities. Security consultant Charles Omoli also examined the role of global police cooperation in combating violent extremism and transnational crime. A key feature of the retreat was the series of syndicate meetings, focused working groups tasked with addressing critical institutional challenges. These sessions examined the review of the police training curriculum, the welfare and working conditions of officers, strengthening partnerships for improved service delivery, and enhancing the operational efficiency of specialized units within the Nigeria Police Force. The discussions produced recommendations to strengthen professionalism, efficiency, and accountability within the force. Recognizing the pressures law enforcement personnel face, the retreat also addressed officers' welfare. Clinical psychologist Andrew Zimani delivered a presentation on integrating mental health services into police welfare programs. His lecture highlighted the importance of psychological support systems in maintaining the well-being and effectiveness of police officers. As the retreat concluded, Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun delivered his final charge to senior officers.
Over the past 3 days, we have engaged fruitfully through lectures brilliantly and eloquently delivered by our distinguished resource persons. This conference, no doubt, has been very impactful, successful, quite interesting, enlightening, just as it was interactive, educative, and inclusive. This conference has broadened our minds in the areas that will lift the Nigerian police force into modernization. The true test, however, of the objectives of this conference is in the impact it is going to have on our policing policies and operational strategies.
He urged them to translate the lessons and recommendations of the retreat into tangible reforms across commands and formations.
And to my colleagues and conference participants, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your active participation in this conference. I appreciate you for your insightful and intelligent contribution during this conference. I have no doubt that the lectures presented at this conference and the syndicate group presentation will go a long way in shaping the future of policing in our country. I urge you all to take back the knowledge gained at this conference to your respective duty posts and ensure you practicalize everything that has been said during this conference.
There are a lot of improvement in this year's conference compared to yesteryears. That's to tell you that equally the lenders are not resting on their oars. They are bracing up more and more than what we had before. So we are happy with them, and we know that they are going to sustain the tempo to make sure that we continue to improve.
From what I've seen, from the airport down to the reception, the way they organize themselves, they seem to be an internationally reputable consult, because this is apt packaging. You can't beat this packaging. When I got into this venue, I was just thinking I was somewhere in Europe. So this is good.
His message was clear. The future of policing in Nigeria depends on leadership, innovation, and collaboration. The conference concluded with a gala and award night at the H3 Event Center. It was a moment to celebrate service, dedication, and excellence within the Nigeria Police Force. But beyond celebration, CARSPO 2025 reaffirmed a deeper mission: to build a modern, inclusive, and professional police force capable of securing Nigeria's future. Over the years, the Conference and Retreat for Senior Police Officers CARSPO has evolved into one of the most significant platforms for strategic policing dialogue in Nigeria and across Africa. What began in 2019 as a bold initiative to reposition the Nigeria Police Force for the realities of the 21st century policing has steadily grown into a dynamic institution for leadership development, policy innovation, and professional reflection. Each edition has addressed the pressing security challenges of its time. In Lagos, the focus was on repositioning the force for modern policing in a rapidly changing world. In Uyo, attention turned toward institutional reform, officer welfare, and intelligence-led policing, recognizing that the strength of the police lies not only in strategy, but also in the well-being and capacity of its officers. In Owerri 2022, as Nigeria approached a pivotal democratic transition, CARSPO provided a platform for developing strategies to safeguard electoral integrity and protect the nation's democratic process. In Owerri 2023, the conversation expanded further, linking internal security to economic prosperity, social cohesion, and national development. And in Abeokuta 2025, the retreat embraced the future of policing through inclusive strategies, international cooperation, technological innovation, and strengthened institutional frameworks. Across these gatherings, one principle has remained constant. Effective policing in the modern era requires vision, collaboration, and continuous learning. CARSPO has brought together presidents, governors, policymakers, international partners, security experts, and senior police officers to confront complex challenges and develop practical solutions. Through dialogue, research, and strategic planning, the retreat has strengthened leadership within the Nigeria Police Force and reinforced the importance of professionalism, accountability, and innovation. Behind the scenes, organizations such as Lenders Consult International have played an important role in ensuring that these conferences meet global standards, providing strategic planning, coordination, and intellectual frameworks to transform each retreat into a platform for meaningful policy engagement. Today, the legacy of CARSPO is visible, not only in conference halls and policy papers, but in the evolving structure and vision of the Nigeria Police Force itself. It represents the leadership of the force's commitment to pause, reflect, learn, and adapt, to strengthen the institution, and ultimately to serve the Nigerian people more effectively, because the challenges of modern policing are complex and constantly evolving. But through strategic leadership, innovation, and collaboration, progress is possible.
This edition of the Conference on Retreat for Senior Police Officers, not just senior police officers, the cream de la cream of the Nigerian police force, the largest police force in Africa. Before I conclude, let's put our hands together for the Nigerian police force. Thank you for this edition. God bless you. God bless the Nigerian police force. And God bless Nigeria.
As Nigeria continues its journey toward peace, stability, and prosperity, the Conference on Retreat for Senior Police Officers stands as a symbol of that commitment, a platform for ideas, a forum for leadership, and a catalyst for the transformation of policing in Nigeria. The journey continues.